I want you to think about the last time you had a really bad night of sleep. How did you feel the next day? Slow, foggy, irritable, maybe anxious for no reason. Now here is what nobody told you. Every single one of those feelings has a precise neurological explanation, and they follow a predictable timeline, hour by hour, that scientists have now mapped with extraordinary precision. In the next 9 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what happens to your brain at 12 hours without sleep, at 17 hours, at 21 hours, and beyond. I'm going to show you what's physically building up inside your skull right now if you've been sleeping less than 7 hours. And I'm going to show you why the part of your brain that would warn you about all of this is the first part to go offline. Stay until minute 7. Because what I show you there changed how every sleep researcher in the world thinks about long-term brain health. And it's something almost nobody outside of neuroscience knows yet. Welcome to the Sleep Lab. I'm Owen Carter, sleep science researcher and neuroscience educator. Let's get into the science. Let's start with something that will change how you think about every single late night you've ever had. Let me show you the hour-by-hour breakdown. I'll walk you through each stage. At 12 hours without sleep, for most people, around 6 p.m. if you woke at 6 a.m., your attention and reaction time begin a measurable decline. You don't feel it clearly. But neurological testing shows a 20% drop in focused attention. You're already impaired. At 17 hours without sleep, around 11 p.m., your cognitive performance is equivalent to a blood alcohol level of 0.05%. That is the legal driving limit in most of Europe. You are, by clinical standards, impaired to drive. At 21 hours, finishing a late night at 3 a.m., you have crossed the 0.08% blood alcohol threshold. That is legally drunk in the United States. Millions of people operate at this level every single day. And here is the detail that genuinely disturbs sleep researchers. Your metacognitive awareness, your ability to assess your own impairment, is the first function to shut down. You cannot feel how impaired you are. Your brain has lost the ability to monitor itself. You think you are fine, you are not fine. Beyond reaction time, sleep deprivation does something to your memory that most people find deeply unsettling when they first understand it. Let me show you exactly what happens, and why everything you learn today may already be gone. During the day, everything you learn is stored temporarily in your hippocampus. Think of it as RAM, fast, volatile, limited capacity. It holds information short-term. During deep sleep and REM, your brain performs memory consolidation. It transfers everything from temporary storage into permanent long-term memory. This process requires specific sleep stages. It cannot happen any other way. When you don't sleep enough, the transfer doesn't complete. The memories degrade in temporary storage and disappear. A 2009 Harvard study by Walker and Stickgold found that one night of missed sleep reduces memory retention for newly learned information by up to 40%. Think about what that means. Practically everything you studied, every meeting you had, every skill you practiced yesterday. Without sufficient sleep, 40% of that never makes it into permanent memory. Pulling an all-nighter before an exam is not just useless, it is neurologically counterproductive. You would retain more by studying for 2 hours and sleeping 8 than by studying for 10 hours and sleeping 2. This is the part I told you to stay for. And I want to be precise here because this is an area where the science is both compelling and still developing. Let me show you what accumulates in your brain when you don't sleep enough. your brain produces metabolic waste as a byproduct of normal neurological activity. One of these waste products is a protein called amyloid beta. In a healthy sleep cycle, during deep sleep, your brain activates something called the glymphatic system, a biological waste clearance mechanism that flushes amyloid beta and other toxic proteins out of your brain tissue. This process runs almost exclusively during deep sleep. It requires the specific slow-wave electrical patterns of stage 3 and 4 sleep to operate. When you don't get enough deep sleep, whether because you slept fewer hours or because your deep sleep stages were suppressed by alcohol, blue light, or cortisol, the glymphatic system doesn't complete its cycle. Amyloid beta accumulates. A 2017 study published in Science found that a single night of sleep deprivation produced measurable amyloid accumulation detectable by PT scan imaging. One night. Now, and I want to be very precise here, the relationship between amyloid accumulation and long-term cognitive outcomes is complex and not fully resolved by current science. This is not a sentence saying bad sleep causes disease. It is a sentence saying your brain has a biological waste clearance system. It runs during deep sleep, and chronic sleep deprivation impairs it. What you do with that information is up to you. Here is the part that makes all of this actionable rather than just alarming. Let me show you what changes in your brain when sleep is restored. Most of the acute effects of sleep deprivation, the cognitive impairment, the emotional dysregulation, the reaction time deficits, are substantially reversible with 2 to 3 consecutive nights of full sleep. The glymphatic system reactivates, memory consolidation resumes, prefrontal cortex function recovers. The key word is full sleep. Not more hours of shallow, fragmented sleep, full sleep meaning adequate time in stage 3, stage 4, and REM. Because as we covered in the previous video, those stages can be stolen from you even during an 8-hour night. 3 things you can do starting tonight. First, protect the first 90 minutes of sleep aggressively. That first sleep cycle contains the most deep sleep of the entire night. Anything that fragments it, alcohol, screens, a warm room, high cortisol, steals the most restorative portion of your night. Second, understand that sleep is not passive recovery. Your brain is more metabolically active during certain sleep stages than during rest. It is processing, consolidating, and cleaning. Every hour you cut is an hour of active neurological work that doesn't happen. Third, use the tools that the research supports for deepening sleep architecture. Continuous delta frequency audio, specifically 0.5 to 2 Hz, has been shown in EEG studies to reinforce slow-wave oscillations and extend time in stage 3 and 4. I've linked a free 8-hour session in the description from Pure Sleep Therapy. Try it for 3 nights, subscribe, and turn on notifications. If this video changed how you think about what happens during those hours of sleep, leave a comment. I read every single one. Sleep is not a luxury. It is the foundation of everything your body and mind do, and you deserve to actually get it. See you in the next one.